Hello, this is Gene Thorpe, Love Rooster TV, and today we're going to talk about what happened this week in rock and roll and history. And I always loved the Beatles, and I'm sure many people, do too. Today was a day that the Beatles had a photo session where they used cardboard pop-ups of all of the famous people that were on the cover of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and they did the actual photo session for that today in 1967. In 1967, Fats Domino played in the United Kingdom, in Europe, and in England for the very first time, and at London Seville Theatre, and he was supported by the Bee Gees, of all people, and Jerry and the Pacemakers. In 1965, Bob Dylan's fifth studio album was released, and it reached number 6 on Billboard's albums. And it also had his first top 40, because it was actually 39 on the charts, and it was Subterranean Homesick Blues. And I remember that song. It had all kinds of sounds, and Bob Dylan was basically a folk singer before, but on Subterranean Homesick Blues he definitely jumped over the line into rock and roll and blues. In 1969, George and Patty Harrison, they were in Amsterdam, and they got busted for pot. Who would have thought it? 1967, Jimi Hendrix begins his first British tour, and he has Cat Stevens on that tour. Also, in that same week, on that tour, was the very first time that he set a Stratocaster on fire. Jimmy set the Stratocaster on fire, and then a few years ago it sold for 240,000 pounds. I think a pound is like $3, so it was almost close to $1 million. In 1954, Tony Brock, the drummer with much loved the band called the Tubes. I loved the Tubes. They had Fee Waybill in them, and what a band. We saw them at the Memorial Auditorium, and Fee would wear high heel shoes like these up here, but only they were like 3 feet tall, and it was quite a show, the Tubes. 1957, Elvis Presley was billed as the nation's only atomic-powered singer. He plays 2 shows at the Olympia in Detroit, Michigan for 25,000 people. This is like 1957, 25,000 people. I can't even fathom what they must use for a sound system. What an innovator. 1949, RCA Records introduces the 45 RPM record. Before that, they were 78s, they were real big, and I remember going to the store and buying these. This one, by the way, is an early simultaneous avalanche record of California rock and roll. In 1964, filming for the movie Hard Day's Night, the Beatles recorded a live show so they could get the screaming fans. One of the people in the audience was Phil Collins, and the songs that they played there in that concert was Tell Me Why, I Should Have Known Better, and I Love Her, and She Loves You, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is Gene Thorpe, Little Red Rooster TV, and that's what happened this week in rock and roll.